Hi, welcome to the Truth of Tal and Isaac. I'm Tal. This is Isaac. We're here to talk the truth about sports. This is episode number 16, which is Joe Montana's number.
Thanks. I forgot.
Here's the agenda. All-time NBA draft. And this is, Isaac and I have been doing this for probably 8 years. This is kind of road trip, taking up time. We figured it's a good one to work it in. We've got a couple of special guests that are going to call in. And then we're going to do a crossover movie character to sports kind of mesh athletes. Yeah. Should be fun. Off the top, Michigan Hoops. Where's your cup? Oh, here's my cup. Michigan, Ohio State. Classic Big Ten game.
It's a great game.
Huge win for Michigan.
Third in the country.
They are so far ahead of where they were supposed to be. A couple of grad transfers have been awesome. Listen, they're the only local team that's good. They're lots of fun to watch.
Yeah. And MSU sucks, right?
MSU basketball is usually entertaining and good. And
but beat Illinois. Beat 5th-ranked Illinois the other day, which was big.
I bet you Sparty still gets in the tournament.
No.
Oh, they're going to make it.
Over, crappy Duke?
Are they having the Big Ten tournament?
I don't even know. It's hard to say what college is doing.
Got it. Okay. Spring training is open. Pitchers and catchers report. Hope springs eternal.
What Tiger fun. Looks good?
Miguel. Good. Every year we're going to hear about Miguel. Looks trim. Looks fast. He's going to play a lot of first.
Yeah.
He's not. Listen, they're going to pay him half of their salaries to Miggy. And listen, Miggy is arguably the greatest right-handed hitter in history 5 years ago. Right? He's just going to be...
Oh, yeah. Triple Crown Miggy.
But what year was that? Like 2014, maybe?
No, was it 12?
I don't know.
Was it the year they went to the World Series?
Tigers are young, fun, they suck, but at some point we'll be able to go get some cheap seats.
That sounds like a lot of Detroit teams right now.
Yeah, young, fun, cheap seats. Hockey, the Leafs fans that are out there, you should start planning the parade route.
You've used that one before.
Yeah, but every time you talk to one of the guys, you're like, oh my God, we're the best team ever. Like, we're going to win this year, but we're probably going to win next year for sure. Tiger Woods car wreck. That's a big, big deal. Tiger is obviously not at his peak any longer, but he is one of the, top 10 athletes of all time.
Yeah, he's in single sports. Serena, Muhammad Ali, Tiger Woods.
Yep.
Yeah, Federer. Those guys.
Jack Nicklaus.
Girls come to mind.
Big deal. Listen, he's had a huge impact on the sport. He's grown the sport immensely. We wish him a full recovery, and we'd love to see him back in Augusta next year. What's the guy's name? Doesn't matter. Okay, enough golf stuff. NBA All-Star snubs. Do you want to talk about Bam right away, or Jimmy? Jimmy.
For our YouTube audience, it's a Jimmy Butler jersey, one of 3. He got snubbed, but it's okay. It's okay. He needs the rest.
Yeah, and you know what? This will just light the fire. And
yeah.
Bam getting snubbed, that was a big snub.
It's ridiculous.
Jimmy, I'm not surprised. He's missed a lot of time.
Okay, but when he played, he's averaging 19, 8, and 8. We're not getting into it. Jimmy was a snub. Just putting that out there. He's the only reason the Heat are anywhere close to a playoff spot.
Who's a bigger snub? Bam or Jimmy?
Jimmy.
Okay. What about these guys? Sabonis, Booker, Jeremy Grant. Who's biggest snub?
Booker. Booker should have made it over Zion, for sure. I love Zion.
Yeah.
I like Zion more than Booker. But Zion got snubbed. Zion had no right being there. And Booker got snubbed last year, arguably.
Yeah.
Which sucks. And then this year, I want to say he'll get it next year.
But I think this is one of the ones where they couldn't put 2 Suns in, so they put Chris Paul in.
But they put Gobert and Mitchell.
I don't know.
It's stupid. It's bad. And Evan's really upset about it.
Yeah. Jeremy Grant, I didn't think he was going to make it. You could call him a snub.
I think Sabonis deserved to make it over Grant, though.
Really good article that I read. Listen, the NBA has changed. In the days when they first started the All-Star game, all the players came from the United States, right? Nobody shot 3-pointers. Nobody came from Africa. Nobody came from Europe. They expanded. Add a couple more dudes to the roster.
Yeah, well, the All-Star format is new every year, basically, so it'll probably be different. They'll have a international spot next year, so Sabonis can get that next year.
Yeah,
They'll give it to Simmons.
Yeah. Anyway, NBA chatter is always good. Pistons chatter. we're talking in our show prep. We probably want to do half an episode on the Pistons, because Pistons, they suck, but they're so much fun to watch. Like the 2 point guards that were worth nothing are both like playing pretty well.
Yeah.
Who's your favorite Piston? Who's your favorite Piston?
It's Blake Griffin. He's still a Piston. We're not going to have this debate now, but it's Blake Griffin.
Okay.
Not Grant yet. Once Blake leaves.
Okay. Off top, did I miss anything?
I want to talk about J.J. Watt. It's crazy what's going on. I think he'll go to a powerhouse contender. Like, I expect him to go to maybe Green Bay, maybe Cleveland, but a team like that is going to win now. And
You don't think the Lions will sign him?
They're dark horse candidate, I read. Dark
Really?
Horse. Yeah, dark horse.
No way they'll sign him.
No, and they're not going to sign him. But I want him to go to a good team. I want to see him win. Same with Watson, but we'll cover that when that happens. And I read something about the GOAT today, Tom Brady. Expect him to extend his contract because he only has 1 year left technically.
Yeah.
So I think he'll extend for a year or two.
So is that a cap move, or is that just for him to play 2 more years?
It's a bit of both. It's partially cap because he'll take even more of a pay cut because that's what GOATs do. And then he will extend for a couple more years just because he can. It makes sense, you know.
Did LeBron ever take pay cuts?
We're not getting into that.
Okay. Michael Jordan did.
Tim Duncan did, I think. Didn't
Tim
he?
Duncan did for sure.
All of the Warriors.
Yeah, all the Warriors.
All of the Warriors.
Yeah.
That's all I got. Oh, actually, the Lakers don't look that great without AD. Just putting that out there. I think they're still winning it all, but I'm just putting that out there.
Yeah. It'd be
They're still
interesting.
winning, but...
Okay. NBA draft?
So you get your stuff ready because I know you need a couple minutes, and I'll just break it down real quick. So what we do in car rides or road trips that were long, we do a draft. So we have to make a team out of either current guys or all-time guys. So we're going to do all-time. So current and all-time kind of mixed. We're going to do 10 guys, 2 lineups of 5, and a coach. You got it?
Yeah, I'm ready to
lay
go.
out his whole lineup. So we'll do... You want to do snake or no?
You're in charge.
Snake.
Okay.
So we'll do rock, paper, scissors to see who gets first.
Yep.
And then I'll just pick a team better than yours, right?
Okay. Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. Oh!
Isaac won.
Okay, Isaac won.
Michael Jordan. The GOAT. Give me Mike. I'll play him anywhere.
Poop. So now I got 2 picks.
Yeah. What are you doing here?
I think I gotta go Showtime Lakers, Magic, Kareem.
So keep in mind, you gotta hope that these guys can play together. Like sharing the ball and stuff.
Yeah, like nobody's picking Harden.
No one's picking hard. You have to hope that they have a Steve Kerr who can like say, "Hey guys, let's like be nice and share the rock." So
Steve Kerr, the guard who played with the Michael Jordan Bulls, or Steve Kerr, the coach?
Either actually, both Steve Kerrs are awesome.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go with LeBron here.
Woo!
I think him and Mike will get them to play together. We will. So I'm gonna have LeBron here because in what most people believe the 2 best players ever on my team. Thank you.
Well, that's interesting.
I get another one, right?
Yeah, you get another one.
So I'm gonna go big here. I'm gonna go with Wilt the Stilt
Yeah, I figured you'd go
to limit Kareem. 3 guys that are ball dominant, but we're gonna figure it out. So I'm gonna go with Wilt at the 5 for Kareem.
Okay. So actually, I'm going to have to switch a little bit just to adapt to your draft strategy. Because you're going big, I either have to go Shaq or Russell. And I'm actually going to pick Shaq ahead of Russell, even though I think Russell's an all-time... Oh, I get 2 guys.
You get 2 picks.
Actually, it's okay. So I'm going to put Kareem... I'm going to drop him down to power forward, and I'm going to have Shaq as my center. So now I gotta go with... this is tough.
Yeah, I know who I'm getting next. So, wait, who'd you just pick? Shaq?
Yeah.
Okay.
So I need the shooting guard or small forward. So I think I'm going with Larry Bird.
Good pick.
Yeah, good team guy, good shooter.
I didn't want to pick a point guard this early, but Steph Curry's still on the board.
Yep.
And I want to stretch the floor. So give me Steph at the 1. Steph at the 1. So I have Curry, Mike, Braun, and Wilt. Who do you have?
Magic, Bird, Kareem, Shaq.
So I got one more, right?
Yep.
Man. I'm going to go with Timmy D here.
Ooh. I had him high, but not that high.
I want Timmy D because I have Curry, Mike, Braun, and Wilt. I'm okay with the team guy who can play defense and get boards.
Sure.
And Tim Duncan is perfect in this scenario. So that's my starting 5. That's a pretty good starting 5.
Okay, great starting 5. So, obviously, I got to just throw another Laker on there. I got to pick Kobe.
Yeah, he was my next. It was either...
Right? Like, Kobe and Jordan. Not that anybody can guard Jordan, but Kobe can give him a run.
Mm-hmm.
So now I'm actually, like, my first guy off the bench, which sounds funny. I got to go with KD off the bench.
That's a good pick. That's a good pick.
Right? He can play 2 to 5, basically. I mean, he's not going to guard Wilt. But depending on you go small ball, KD can guard 2 to 5.
So I've got a starting 5, so I'm just going to go best player available. And Bill Russell still on the board?
Bill Russell's still on the board. I just crossed him out. I assuming you were going to pick him.
Yeah, actually, I'm going to go with Bill Russell here. Depending on how the rest of the draft goes, I'm going to intend to play him actually at the 4. I think he works better as a 4 than a 5 in this scenario. So I'm going to go with Bill Russell, probably at the 4.
Okay.
Do I have another? Do I get another? Yeah.
Yep.
Now that gets interesting.
For sure.
I'm gonna double up on bigs. I'm gonna get Hakeem Olajuwon here.
Yeah, Keem's a great pick.
So I'm gonna play Hakeem at the 5, coming off the bench, next to Bill Russell for sure. Man, that's good.
So Russell's 4, Hakeem's 5 off the bench.
Yeah.
That's big guys off the bench. So I've got KD. But you know what? I've got him sitting out there. Big O. I got to pick Oscar Robertson.
Yeah, that's good.
Right,
pick.
like he's my first guard off the bench. Sorry, let me put. So KD is my first forward off the bench. Big O is my first guard off the bench. Mm-hmm. Now I've got a bit of flexibility here because Big O is theoretically my backup point guard and shooting guard. So now I got to look at fit and role players and how that's going to work out.
Don't take my guy here.
Jimmy?
Honestly, I thought about taking Jimmy, but I can't. For the current team, I will, but I can't take Jimmy in this scenario. Okay, Slurper, who you got?
Slurper.
I'm still beating you. Like, my team is so much better than yours.
Individual talent?
Everything.
I don't know if they have enough basketballs. Right? Like Tim Duncan and Bill Russell can't pull everybody together. LeBron is going to be a bitch. Jordan is going to punch him in the neck in the locker room at halftime.
I have Steph, Timmy D to cool it, Bill Russell, Hakeem. Like, I've got some calm guys, and I'm going to get a really good coach for these boys too. So who's your pick? Let's go. Oh my God.
Give me a second. I got to concentrate here.
A few seconds. Okay,
this is important.
You think I'll just talk to the good viewers. So my team, while he looks at my draft board, starting 5, I've got Steph Curry at the 1, Michael Jordan at shooting guard, LeBron at the 3, Tim Duncan at the 4, Wilt at the 5. It's an unstoppable starting 5. And then off the bench, I have Bill Russell at power forward, Hakeem Olajuwon at center, and we're just waiting for the old man.
Okay, sorry, am I picking 1 or 2 right now?
I don't know.
Well, Isaiah Thomas, right? Like the 80s Isaiah Thomas, because he's awesome.
Okay.
Bad boys. And so now we get another one?
I don't know. How many guys do you have?
8.
I have 7. I have 7.
So you picked 2?
So I picked 2 now. Is that right?
I guess so.
Who started? I started.
Yep.
Remember Ryan? I got to go Scottie Pippen here.
Thought about Scotty.
I have to go Scottie at the 3.
Probably have a migraine. You need to have a good medical doctor on your team.
Yeah, I have to have Scottie because if I get him and Mike on the court at the same time, sweet. And he's not going to be scoring the ball for me. He's just playing defense on probably Kevin Durant. So I've got Scottie, and I have 2 guards I'm looking at. But I like defense. So I'm going to go with the better defender out of my 2 guards. I'm going to go with D. Wade here.
Okay.
I'm going to go Dwayne Wade maybe at the 2 or the 1, we'll see how the rest of the team plays out. But I got Dwayne Wade coming off the bench for sure.
Yeah, I had 2 guards that I would pick from, either Clay or D Wade. I'm happy with both of them, so I'm going with Clay.
Clay Thompson, that's a good pick.
Very good defensive player, underrated in an all-star kind of format. He's perfect, right? Because he only needs to dribble the ball 3 times in the entire game. He's going to get 8 shots. He's going to be 6 for 8 from three-point land, and he's going to be happy with that.
He's not checking D Wade though. No way he can guard D Wade. As good as a defender Clay
Yeah,
is.
he's got Kareem and Shaq, and this is like 80s. So anytime LeBron blows by their guy, they're just going to smash into him, and he's going to just double over, and he'll probably die.
Wow. Okay. Wow.
Yeah. So I picked Clay, and then I need the big guy. I'm going with Georgetown Hoya, Patrick Ewing. Always liked Pat Ewing.
Over David Robinson?
Yep. Thought about David Robinson, thought about the Admiral, but I like Pat Ewing.
Okay, so Pat Ewing.
Yep.
Is your team done? Or do you have another? Just coach, right?
Just coach.
So I've got one dude and a coach left.
Correct.
Right? Yeah. Man. So I've got a couple guys. I'm going to throw out some names. Because I only have one pick left. I have Dennis Rodman down.
Okay.
I have Steve Nash down. I have Kevin Garnett down. But I want a smaller guy. So I'm going to go Steve Nash here. I'm going to go Nash, a facilitator.
Canadian content.
Yeah. International backup point guard, Steve Nash. And then my coach. So I have 2 names down.
I have 2 names down as well.
So one of them I like more than the other, but one of them is better. So I'm going to go with Phil Jackson as my coach.
Oof.
I'm going to go Phil Jackson as my coach because he can control these guys. So give me Phil Jackson as my head coach, and then what do you got?
I got Pops.
See, Popovich is good, but he never handled, like, who do you have that is hard to handle? Kobe.
Kobe's hard to handle.
Kobe's going to be
Shaq's a
difficult
little hard
with
to
Shaq.
handle.
Kobe and Shaq.
Isaiah Thomas can be a little bit of a bitch.
You should have picked Phil Jackson earlier for Kobe and Shaq. The other coach I looked at was Pat Riley. I like Pat Riley a lot.
Yeah, Pat Riley too. Godfather.
Godfather.
Yeah.
So we'll run through our teams.
Did you think about Red Auerbach?
Yeah, does his coaching translate to whatever era
No,
we played in?
I considered him, but no.
If we played in the
Pops
60s.
and Phil Jackson.
For sure. So my team, we'll just run position by position, okay? So
Okay.
right. So I have Steph Curry,
Magic Johnson.
Michael Jordan,
Kobe.
LeBron James,
Larry Bird.
Tim Duncan,
Kareem Abdul-Jabbar.
Wilt Chamberlain.
Shaquille O'Neal.
Bench now, Steve Nash,
I guess Isaiah Thomas.
Dwayne Wade,
Oscar Robertson.
Scottie Pippen.
I guess then I'll put Clay Thompson. I mean, Big O could probably guard the 3, so I probably put Clay at the 2 and then Oscar at the 3 on D in that situation.
Yeah. Bill Russell.
Kevin Durant.
Yeah. Hakeem Olajuwon.
Pat Ewing.
Pretty even teams. Mine's better.
Yeah, the Jordan, you've got a little more high-end talent. I just don't know how well they're
But
going to
then
mesh.
I've got guys like Timmy D and Steph and Scotty and Bill Russell. That
Scotty is a team guy?
on my bench, and if I ever have him with Mike,
Okay, fair enough.
right? If Mike's not playing, then Scottie Pippen's not going to step up. But I can have him as a backup option.
Okay.
And
All
Phil
right.
Jackson's my head coach.
Isaac and I killed lots and lots of hours doing these drafts.
Now you talk while I call him in.
Okay, so we've been fortunate enough that we've done lots of cool road trips, and when you do cool road trips, and sorry, when I say road trips, I mean sports road trips. You talk about sports, so we do all time NBA, MLB. Hey, Isaac, easy on the mic there, okay?
So
Last episode when we did the mic, I bashed into it way too often. Who do we got here?
we have Ethan Pavao live on The Truth with Tal and Isaac. Ethan, what's going on, buddy?
Hey, Ethan, welcome to the show.
How you doing? Thank you for having me.
So, Ethan, this is all you, man. You've got some topics. Hit us with what you got, and we'll run around and talk about it.
All right, so let's start it off with the MSG or U of M OSU game, right? So huge game. First of all,
Who's the MVP of the Michigan Wolverines?
I got Hunter Dickinson this year.
Okay,
I agree.
I agree.
Hunter Dickinson. I mean, even the last game here against OSU, 22 points, 6 rebounds, 4 assists.
He played really well against OSU.
Yeah.
Big in the second half.
Like, stand out. And then even Eli Brooks, too.
I'm not a huge Brooks guy, but he did play well. I would go
Yeah,
Livers
so-
as my runner-up.
Yep.
So, like, probably his best game of the season.
Just so you know, I've got Juwan Howard as the team MVP.
Yeah. Joel Howard is indeed the GOAT.
Yeah.
He is the GOAT. But, yeah, so, I mean, I was impressed with that game. Probably the best game I've watched in a couple of years. Like, just back and forth the whole game.
It's a sweet game.
It was nice. It was a great game.
Yeah,
But,
some fan interaction. It was,
yeah.
old-time
Did you
Big
guys,
Ten basketball.
Did you guys see Isaiah Livers' top 5 for the Julius Erving Award?
I saw that. Best small forward in the country award.
Really?
Today they announced it. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's huge.
And I don't know about you, Ethan. I think he's only getting this because Michigan's third.
I agree.
Yeah.
If Michigan's
I agree.
not
I
top
feel-
10, it's not him.
I feel like even when they were unranked at the beginning of the season here, he really fell under the radar, right? Like, underrated. Last year, underrated.
Is he a sophomore? Is he junior?
Is he
He's a
senior?
senior this year,
Yeah.
I think.
He's a senior. Wow.
Yeah, he's a senior.
But,
He'll go play in Europe somewhere and he'll light it up, and then he'll come back and he'll be a Pistons backup guy in the bench.
Go to the Warriors. Play with Jordan Poole.
did you see Jordan Poole drop 37 the other day?
In the G League, he did.
Yeah.
So I've got a Wolverines question for you, Ethan.
Okay.
Can they make a run deep in March Madness?
Yes, I believe wholeheartedly that they can make a run deep in March Madness.
See, I
think
want
they
to.
can
I
face
want to
anybody
say
in
yes.
the country.
Define run. Elite 8 or Final 4?
Final
I guess
four.
it depends on the matchup, and like obviously every team has their ups and downs, right? So if they're on a hot streak and they're matched up with a team like I'd say like a top 20 team,
Yeah.
I think for sure they could pull through.
The only thing that scares me about Michigan is their depth. I don't think they're very deep. After Shondi, who's awesome, Johns Jr. can't
Yeah,
really
exactly.
play.
He's trash.
Who's their other big who just wants to ISO? Davis?
Yeah, Austin Davis. Yeah.
Yeah.
Davis isn't good. And they don't have any like good guards off the bench.
Past that too. Like they got the one TikTok guy.
Yeah, I know who you're talking about. Yeah.
Adrian Nunez.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
And other than that,
Look at Juwan's kid.
Jace Howard, he's not developed yet, right?
No,
So,
he's not very good.
Couple years.
It's okay.
then Zeb Jackson, and that's it, right?
Yeah.
Listen, this is all bonus. They're fun to watch.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay, EP, what else you
What
got?
else you got on the board?
So I've been wanting to ask somebody this, so I thought I'd bring it today. Top 5 teams, MLB teams, going into the 2021 season.
Oh,
Who do you have?
Okay, well, off the top, the easy Dodgers and Padres. Those are two that
Yeah.
we don't
Those are
need to
my
debate
1-2.
at all.
Ethan, are they your 1-2 in that order?
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Okay.
So I have, for my top 5, I have from 5 to 1, I got the New York Mets
Okay.
at 5, the White Sox at 4, the Yankees at 3, and then Padres, Dodgers.
Okay, I agree with you with everything, and I know the Whites, except for the White Sox. I know the White Sox are getting lots of pub. They made some good signings, but they haven't shown it on the field.
I don't
So,
I can't argue that, you're right.
yeah, I bumped the White Sox from that, and I'm going to just put the Devil Rays up there because they seem to figure it out.
The Devil Rays?
Oh, no, not the Devil Rays. Well, they used to be called the Devil Rays a long time ago.
Yeah.
Tampa Bay.
So I'll go. So I have Dodgers 1, Pods 2, Yankees 3. Probably have Mets 4. 5 is wide open.
Toronto Blue Jays.
I put down the Jays.
Yeah.
Even the Braves.
The Braves are up there. I put down the Jays just because, like,
I
I
like
don't
the
think
Jays. They've had a good offseason as well.
they're not gonna win the World Series, but they've had a great offseason. As good as the Dodgers or the Pods, in my opinion. Probably not the Dodgers and Padres, but all the other teams. So I actually have the Jays at 5. As a Tigers fan, I'm putting that.
Can I still call them the Devil Rays?
Sure.
Okay.
But, I mean, even that's why I have them so high up. Is
The Mets will be good.
Francisco Lindor, right?
Yep.
And then with the Yankees and the Dodgers, like the money they have, it's not even fair.
Yeah,
It's
assuming the
not fair.
Yankees are healthy, they're going to have 1,000 home runs.
It's like every other day I'm seeing somebody signing with the Yankees, somebody signing with the Dodgers.
Seriously.
But
They've just got huge TV contracts. They've got a bigger budget than other people.
Ethan, have you seen Moneyball?
I have, yeah.
Oh, Moneyball's a great
Right?
show.
So there's the rich teams, then the poor teams, and then there's 50 Feet of Crap, and then there's us, the Athletics. Like, that's how I feel as a Tigers fan. Like, the Dodgers and the Yankees can, if they want somebody, they can get him.
You're mine.
It's a joke. I don't like it. If the Tigers were the Yankees and we had all that money, yeah, I'd love it. But it sucks, especially when the Tigers are this bad.
Listen, I think when the Tigers get to be average in a couple of years, Illich is going to spend some money. Right? His old man did it. His old man spent way more than he should have. But he just wanted to win. It doesn't make sense for the Tigers to spend any money now. Because what are they going to do? Spend money to maybe be 500? No. Once they get their young guys up to be 500, they're going to need to fill in some position players for sure. They'll probably have enough arms in a couple of years.
Yeah.
But right now, you look at who their lineup is, and I've talked about this before. You got Torque, you got Riley Green, maybe you got Dingler or Rogers as a catcher, but not a lot. Like, I love Reyes and Jacoby Jones, but they're probably your 8 or 9 hitters on a
Yeah.
playoff team.
Okay, EP, before we let you go, do you have one more for us?
I mean, other than the Tigers and all that stuff, like, kind of just covered it, so.
Okay, let me put you on the spot. I'll put you on the spot.
All right.
We'll go back. What do you want? Football or basketball? What do you want?
Football. Definitely
Football. Where's JJ Watt going to sign?
Oof. See, I can see him definitely going to the Steelers with his two brothers there.
See, like, I talked about it a little earlier in the show. The two teams I said were the Browns and the Packers.
Yeah.
But the Steelers are in that tier, I think. Dad, where's he going to go?
Actually, I think the Packers, right? Back to Wisconsin. I hate that.
Man.
But if he goes back to Wisconsin, he could run for Senate, right? He'll be so popular.
Yeah. Okay, EP, pleasure having you on the show, buddy. We'll be in touch.
Thank you. Yeah, thank you.
And keep listening, all right? We'll talk later, man.
Okay,
All right,
thanks for calling in.
you guys. Thank you.
Take
See you,
care.
buddy.
You too. See ya.
While Isaac lines up Evan for our next caller, shout out to Christopher Fletcher. I've got his George Washington Colonials tennis shirt on. Chris is the best tennis player in Essex County.
I thought you were.
No, I am the loudest tennis player in Essex County, not the best. Chris has dubbed me the hindrance because I make so much noise on the tennis court. It's because I try hard.
Hello.
I'm going to call in Evenezer Bokure. Evan, what's going on, buddy? You're live.
What's going on, guys? What's up, Tal? What's up, Isaac?
Evan, thanks for calling in. How you doing, buddy?
Everything is fine, man. How are you guys? How's the show going?
Good. Did you want to talk about basketball now or later?
I mean, you guys can tell me. What do you guys want to do?
No. We just, I heard there was a bit of a driveway game. Like, we were trending on Snapchat and Twitter a little while ago. I heard, you're a baller, right?
Yeah, well,
I heard you lost to a dude who's over 50. How's that possible?
I suck at basketball, and I got rolled over by a 50-year-old man who just came off 2 hours of tennis practice.
I think there'll be some laughs with Evan this episode.
How does tennis translate to basketball? Tennis is just like a girly sport for old men. Basketball is a contact sport.
Yeah, well, I got posted up and got killed in the post. But I was giving it all. I was hitting the mid-ranges. I was hitting the fadeaways. Whatever I
dude, you hit some floaters.
Yeah.
But you couldn't handle the big old man down low. It's okay.
I couldn't.
Then you're challenging me to shoot. And I hit some shots. Okay, Isaac had some good finishes. Okay, enough basketball talk.
Evan, lead it. What do you want to talk about?
You guys want to start talking about how the NBA season is going?
Yeah, lead it. What do you want? What's up?
Okay, so
Who's your MVP candidate?
Obviously, my guy, Joel Embiid, my favorite player. I think he's the MVP of the league at this moment. But I think the top 3 at the moment are Embiid at number 1, LeBron at number 2, and Jokic at number 3.
Okay, I have Embiid 1.
Okay.
Dad?
I have Embiid 1, Jokic 2, LeBron 3. But who's going to win?
If it ended right now,
Yeah.
it has to be Embiid.
No. I'm not saying so. It has to be, but who do you actually think is going to win?
Although like the league gives it to, it has to be Embiid. So I'm going to say they make the right decision and give it to Embiid. Evan is the biggest LeBron guy I know, and he's a big Embiid guy too. But he would say if LeBron deserved it. Who deserves it, Evan?
Joel Embiid, I don't think at this point it's not even close. The only reason I think LeBron is even in the discussion, I'm basically a LeBron diehard fan, and the only reason he's even in the debate is because it's year 18. He's 36 years old. If he was doing this at the age of 25, he wouldn't even be top 5.
I totally agree.
Yeah, but aren't the Lakers like 1-4 since AD went on the shelf?
Yeah, they're on a 4-game losing streak. 4 out of 5 last game. The only game they beat was against Minnesota.
Wow, good for them.
Who's trash?
The worst record in basketball, Minnesota.
Worst.
Okay. What else do you want? What's up?
So I think this is a good question for all three of us. As a basketball fan, you guys are Detroit Pistons fans. If there was one,
Little louder there, buddy.
sorry. If you guys could make one trade for any NBA player to play for your team at this moment, who would it be and why?
That's a great question. Okay, you go
Great
first.
question.
Well, we think about it.
So I'm a Sixers fan, and right now we just need shooting. So the one trade I would make is Danny Green, Tobias Harris, and a first-round pick for Zach LaVine.
Danny Green, Tobias Harris, and a first-round pick for Zach LaVine.
Yes, sir. Because if that's the case, I think we can win the championship this
I
year.
think Chicago would take that.
I agree.
Yeah, that's a good trade.
All right. What about you guys?
Isaac, you're obviously going to go for...
Well, okay, so we're both Pistons fans, but I like Jimmy and the Heat.
Okay, yeah, you took the Heat. Yeah.
So I'll Heat answer. You Pistons answer now. Go ahead.
Yeah, so I'm going to trade Blake to the Minnesota Timberwolves for a first-round draft pick. So that way the Pistons are going to have the first pick and the second pick overall. That's fair, right? And you know what? You can even have... they can have Svi Mikhailuk, too.
Yeah.
Svi and Blake, a couple of crackers who can't really play.
Whoa.
Oh, no. Actually, Blake is biracial. Yeah, sorry. Sorry about that. My apologies. Either way, Blake and Svi Mikhailuk for their number 1 pick.
So Heat. I'm gonna put the name out there because I don't think it's off the table, especially if they fold again. Kawhi Leonard.
Oh, wow.
Look, he's not going to get
Whoa.
traded. No, he's not going to get traded.
Okay.
But if the Clippers fold again like they did last year, they're going to make some changes. Do you guys agree?
Yep.
100%. Because Kawhi didn't even sign an extension. He's on his last year.
That's what I'm saying. So let me give Kawhi, and we're giving you a fair amount. So give me Kawhi. You're getting Hero. That's like so much, by the way. Hero is basically like a top 10 player in the league. No, so you're getting Hero, Precious Achiuwa, Kendrick Nunn, Kelly Olynyk, and 2 firsts.
Wow.
Yeah, I'll do that for Kawhi.
Tell me one more time.
So I said
Nunn, Hero,
Precious,
Precious.
Kelly, and 2 firsts for Kawhi. Yeah, right? If the Heat get
that's
Kawhi,
interesting.
who stopped them?
No one. They would be the best defensive team in the NBA, and they would probably have the best offensive set in the league because they have everything. They basically all they need right now is literally they just need one more superstar. Just another star. That's all they need. And if they got Kawhi, they'll be my favorites to win it over Sixers.
A little louder, Evan.
Again, closer to the phone there, buddy.
I said if the Miami Heat got Kawhi Leonard, they would be my favorites to win the NBA championship, whichever year they got him, this year or next year.
Can I trade for Joel Embiid or no?
Thank you. Thank you. Give us Jimmy Butler, Bam Adebayo, 10 firsts.
I want Jimmy and Embiid together again.
So Jimmy and Bam and 10 first-round draft picks for Joel Embiid.
You also have to throw 15% off Miami Heat, the franchise. 15%.
Oh, so you're just going to be like a partial owner.
Yep.
Okay.
15%. That's all you got for Joel Embiid.
Okay.
Okay, one more topic, Evan. Do you have another thing for us?
Yeah. One more question. Mm-hmm. This one is it's pretty broad, but I'm gonna ask it anyway. What would it take for LeBron James to become like your GOAT? I know Michael Jordan is your GOAT, but what would it take for LeBron James to become your GOAT?
Become Michael Jordan? Like...
No, seriously, what does he have to do in the next...
Okay, I'll answer. I'll take this.
Okay.
What do you think? He needs to leave LA and and join a team that doesn't have a top whatever player in Anthony Davis. In my opinion, that's what I think. LeBron needs to win a ring without a super team. Evan, you can't think that's ridiculous.
So, firstly, I think I personally think that obviously LeBron is my GOAT. But if I was on your side and I said Jordan was the GOAT, I would put LeBron as the GOAT if he won 6 rings and made at least one more first team all defense.
All defense will, yes, let's say he doesn't leave LA. All defense nods, for sure. He needs to get a few real defensive players or defensive teams.
So he's got to win championship this year. He's got to be MVP this year. He has to win at least one more championship in the next 2 years because that's his window.
If he's still winning with AD, like that's really hard to value it the same as Michael winning with Scottie Pippen. Because Anthony Davis is a better player than Scottie Pippen. Or will go down, definitely. You agree with that?
Yeah, Paul Morrell will disagree, but that's okay.
He thinks Scottie's better than AD, or will be?
I think so.
Like, if AD retired now, obviously Scottie's better. But, right? Like, if you ask Michael Jordan, would you rather have AD right now or Scottie? I think he's probably taking AD.
He'd pick AD. And, again, today's NBA?
For sure.
Yeah, I think so.
Let me tell you. I think he would pick Scottie Pippen because AD is the softest superstar. Super soft.
What about LeBron?
Michael Jordan would hate AD. You would literally, one game he sits out, Michael Jordan's kick him out. He's like, okay, you're getting traded.
That's a fair point.
They'd have some locker room challenges for sure. He'd make AD cry a lot.
Oh my, so soft. I hate AD is my favorite, non-favorite player in the league. I hate how soft he has no heart whatsoever.
What about, who do you dislike more, AD or Harden?
Oh, this is tough because I hate James Harden. I only would love James Harden if we got him in Philly. I hate him so much.
Okay, so you hate Harden more than you hate AD?
I have to because AD's, I want AD to win because of LeBron. So I hate Harden more. But if they were both on 2 different teams and I didn't associate with their teams, I would hate AD more.
Awesome.
That makes sense.
Okay, Evan, thanks very much for being a strong supporter of the show. Thanks for the energy that you bring, and we love having you on.
Thank you, guys. Great show, by the way. I really love what you guys are doing.
Okay, thanks.
We'll
See you, brother.
We'll talk later, man.
Okay, so a couple of E's that were in, big fans of the show. If you would like to participate in the show, just reach out to Isaac on Instagram. Again, The Truth with Tal Isaac is the name of our show. YouTube, podcast, Spotify, Google, Apple.
Yeah, I'll take that.
Okay.
Sure. We've got a bunch of guys queued up to be guests, but text me and we'll put you on the list.
Okay. So now, crossover episode, movie characters, sports stars. Isaac, do you want to just explain it better than I'm not?
So, shout out Parker, who came up with this.
Thanks, Parker.
So, what we're going to do is we picked a movie, or a few movies, and the game is switch one of the title characters or one of the main guys with a current or former athlete. So, an example, you pick Superman and switch him with, Christopher Reeve or Henry, one of the Superman guys, and switch him with, Tom Brady or whoever, LeBron, whatever you want. And you have to say, assuming they can act.
Dwight Howard.
Will you, if you put them in that movie, does the movie still work the same way or better? So that's the game. This was a really fun topic.
Yeah.
So we each have a few different ones. A couple, we have the same movies, but pick different guys. So I'll start with Terminator. So the original Terminator, who can play Arnold? I have Kawhi Leonard. I think
perfect.
You can put Kawhi Leonard in 1984 Terminator, and it is the exact same movie.
Yep.
So
if Gronk could be serious, he could do it, but I don't know if Gronk
I have
can
Gronk
be serious.
for another one.
Do you?
Mm-hmm. So that Terminator.
Okay, I like that.
With Kawhi Leonard is my first one.
Okay, so I'm going to pick Gladiator. So you're substituting Russell Crowe out, and you're putting Muhammad Ali in. Listen, Muhammad Ali was awesome, and he was an actor. He's very charismatic. I think he could do a lot of the same things and would have really strong screen presence.
That's a good one. I don't know if you have Spartacus down.
I do not.
But Spartacus, same thing. So this isn't a draft or anything. We're not going against.
No, it's just fun.
Because if we were, I'd just win again.
I'd win.
Okay,
The truth.
That's not the truth. So my second movie, Step Brothers.
Okay.
So two dudes, I need two funny guys that can play the brothers. Rob Gronkowski
Okay.
is going to... I think Rob Gronkowski could totally play like Will Ferrell's character.
For sure.
And it works. And the other guy is Blake Griffin. Blake Griffin's done some stand-up comedy. He's funny.
Okay. I didn't know that.
And I could see him being in Step Brothers. So if you put those two dudes in and take out Ferrell and Riley, I think it works.
Okay. That's a good one. So Shawshank Redemption, which is arguably the best movie of all time. And Andy Dufresne, who was a spectacular character. So we needed a tall dude who can be pretty serious, who's very determined. Justin Verlander. I picked JV.
I see it.
Yeah, I think... Listen, I haven't seen JV act a lot, but he's married to a super hot Upton, so he's probably picked up some acting tips along the way, and I think he can slide in and be Andy Dufresne.
Who's Red? Do you have a Red? Do you not have a Red?
I do not have a Red.
Okay, let me get one for you right now. Andre Iguodala.
Okay.
Or Vince Carter. One of the older vets in the NBA or NFL that has been around and kind of has that, like, wise kind of, like, I think...
Udonis Haslem?
Oh, UD, yeah. UD's been around forever. But I think, like, yeah, UD or Iggy or maybe VC works.
Okay.
So my next one, we're going to do a top 10 movies of all time, like our favorites. Eventually. No surprise, my favorite movie of all time is Die Hard. By a lot. So this one I thought long and hard about. Shawshank's better from a technical standpoint, but I think Die Hard's, like, I like Die Hard more.
Okay.
So John McClane, Bruce Willis, who can play that? And you gotta think, I don't know if, like, this is so on the nose. Once I hit it, I'm like, wow. Jimmy Butler, man.
Jimmy Butler,
For
that's
real.
a great idea.
Jimmy Butler basically was John McClane in, like, the finals game 3 and 5.
Oh, yeah. Bleeding, like, limping.
I think Jimmy
But still
works.
leading his team to victory.
I think Jimmy Butler really works as John McClane in Die Hard. And he's done some acting. So put Jimmy in Die Hard. Like, my two favorite things ever. Jimmy and Die Hard. Man, I'd watch that so much. So that's my other movie.
That's a good one. So this, I'm not sure how politically correct this choice is.
Oh,
but,
no. Are we going to get canceled?
We might get an E rating next to this one. So E.T., right, by Steven Spielberg.
Whoa.
Who could play E.T.? Muggsy Bogues.
Oh, my God.
For sure Muggsy can play E.T., right? Little waddle, he's stocky, he's funny, everybody likes Muggsy, everybody liked E.T. I got Muggsy.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
I don't know if we'll get canceled, but that's a good one.
Yep.
So here's Indiana Jones. Now this is a tough one because it's pretty hard to see anybody not named Harrison Ford be Indy. But I thought about it. I'm going to go with the quarterback, Drew Brees.
Oh, that's funny.
I think you could put Drew Brees in Indy. Do you have that?
No, but I'll finish.
I think Brees could be Indiana Jones, and he's got that grit, and he's got some, like, scars. I got Drew Brees as Indiana Jones. I think that works.
Okay. So the tie-in here is I'm just going to do Star Wars, and we got two guys, Han Solo and Skywalker. So I have Drew Brees as Han Solo. Right?
Wow.
Again, lots
Harrison
of charisma. What's that?
Harrison Ford.
Yeah. So that's funny. We did not talk about this ahead of time. So Drew Brees is playing Harrison Ford twice. Indy and Han Solo. Sorry. And then for Skywalker, I got a young Skywalker who's Luca. And then the old one is Greg Popovich.
We're not going to talk about old Luke. I don't like old Luke.
Old Luke was awesome.
When he does cool stuff, like when he shows up on the battle, half the time
when he
he's
shows,
just like,
most of the time he's like, oh,
Jedi suck."
life is so hard.
Okay.
It's bad. These weird penguin things.
I've got Luke Skywalker, but I don't have Luka. I've got a different NBA player. I have Steph Curry. I think Steph could be Luke Skywalker. For real. Think about it.
That's a good one, yeah.
Like Luka.
His basketball is pretty much a lightsaber.
Yeah, he basically has the Force.
Yeah.
So I have Steph. Steph could be a lot of guys, I think.
Yeah.
And I think he could play Luke pretty well.
Okay. So I got one of the craziest guys in movie history, Jack Torrance from The Shining. So then I needed to think, okay, who's one of the craziest guys in sports history? Do you want to guess?
Rodman?
Dennis
That's
Rodman.
a great pick.
Yeah, so I got Dennis Rodman as Jack Torrance. I think it's a natural pick.
Yeah, like you don't even tell him to act. Just like, here you go, Dennis. Like,
Just
say
be
these
yourself.
lines. Yeah, just like We don't have a script, Mr. Rodman. We'll just record you. So I've got 3 left. We'll go Django Unchained. Who could play Jamie Foxx's character? If you guys, this guy's just a dog, and I think this works. Damian Lillard. I think you could put Dame in for Jamie Foxx, and Django Unchained is still sick.
Yeah, I agree with you. That's a good comparison.
So I have Dame in for Django.
Okay, so I've got Hannibal Lecter. That was a tough one. I had a lot of difficulty thinking who is just badass and cold-blooded, but whose heart rate never goes over 62.
Tom Brady?
I thought about Tom Brady, but I've got Kobe Bryant.
Great pick.
Right? Black Mamba. He's just like, he's death. He's death in the NBA court. He's death in Hannibal.
Alrighty. So I've got 2 left.
I've got 2 left as well.
We'll do our Forrest Gump one.
Okay, so we were just doing some show prep. And by show prep, you know what that means? We're watching a basketball game, and we've each got our laptops open. He's doing schoolwork. I'm doing work emails. And then we'll do a couple minutes of show prep. Mm-hmm. So we each said, like, Forrest Gump. So
we kind of talked to... We didn't tell our guys, but, like, let's just, like, throw one out there. See what we got. So I'm like, one of mine is Forrest.
And I said, one of mine is Forrest. So I picked Eli Manning, dopey guy from the South. Who did you pick, Isaac?
Peyton Manning.
Peyton Manning. So, independent of each other, he picked Peyton, I picked Eli. Actually, I think Eli's a better pick just because he's slightly dopier than Peyton. But I think it's pretty funny that we both did that.
Any of the popular Mannings? Who's the brother? There's a brother who no one talks about.
Oh, I don't know.
I think you could put Peyton or Eli in for Forrest Gump. I see Peyton more as Forrest Gump, and he can play the kind of the slow, but he can also play like the motivational. Like, you want to see him win, right? You want to see Peyton and Eli win.
Yep.
So Forrest Gump.
That's funny.
As either of the Mannings, we each have 1 left, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Actually, I have 2, but I'm gonna go with the Godfather, but not Michael. I'm going with Vito, the original Don. Bill Belichick.
Yeah.
Right? Like, you could just see him. Why have you not come to visit me? Why have you not come to even invite me to your house for coffee? Belichick scares the hell out of people.
I'd go Pat Riley, but as the Godfather, because that's his
That's
nickname.
his name. Yeah, I guess that's a bit obvious. Okay, who do you got?
My last one. This is a super hard one. Rocky Balboa.
Oof. So who can play Rocky?
So to be totally honest with you, I thought about a lot of sports, a lot of guys, and I don't think it's recency bias. I have another Philly man as Rocky. I have Joel Embiid as Rocky. Look, Embiid can play the dopey, like, oh, you know, I am punchy. Like, he kind of talks like that to begin with. So I think Embiid can do that. Height is a bit of an issue, right? So Stallone was like 5'8", and I think Embiid's like 7'1". So height is a bit of an issue. Got to do some camera tricks. But I think Joel Embiid could totally be Rocky Balboa.
Yeah, so we'll have to have Dolph Lundgren be on the ladder looking down.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, my last pick, I got James Bond, and then, ooh, boy, a little bit of noise. Tom Brady, right? Tom Brady's badass, and he's good looking, and he's charming, and he's probably good at cards. He's probably not going to have martinis. He'll probably have alfalfa smoothies. But I got Brady.
Avocado ice cream?
Yeah.
Can Tom Brady play, like, the elusivity of a James Bond?
Like, you mean fighting?
Yeah. Tom's not the fastest fella around.
Yeah, we probably have to have a stunt double for that.
Yeah, you need a good stunt double.
Good stunt double, like a quarterback who can run. Steve Young, maybe.
Yeah, so this was a fun thing. We'll probably do something like this again because you can do so many of these. Like, we thought of our guys in a couple minutes.
Yep.
So with that down, you want to close things off?
Yeah, listen, thanks very much for tuning in. We'll continue pumping away stuff. If you need some merch, it's March 15th is coming up. We wear the Eyes of March, so it's a great gift for your family. You should order some merch from Isaac. That's all I got, man.
Good job. All right. Thanks for listening.
Thanks, everybody. Have a good night.